Good to go. I'm looking forward to this one. Man, I look forward to all these. I just look forward to doing this. I have a lot of fun doing this. I don't care who we're streaming, but we get some particularly star-studded squads in here today. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, we've got a doozy. With Virtus Pro Space Station, obviously you can see at the bottom of your screen. Very excited. First time I'm getting either of these teams on stream this season. And it should be a good one. Obviously, Space Station are your favorites. Have pretty much been the best team in EMEA since, for a while. All right, here we get our bans for today. And just get an idea of what our teams don't want to play is... There you go. All right, Nepal, Kings Row, Runa, Sapi, New Junk City, and Dorado. All right, map pick. Dorado picked by Virtus Pro. Interesting. That one, I figured... I didn't think they'd want to do that, but, alas, they do. What are we waiting on? Oh, hottie. It's always the tank players. I swear. It's always the tank players that are running late. This is hottie wait music right here. All right, what am I gonna go with? Bush Trek. This sounds like perfect hottie waiting music. What do you got for me? Psycho's back. Cap jumped on computer and turned it off. He's like, I promise this is real. That's a real thing that happened. Foiled by the cat. Oh, the cat buff. Cat buff for VP. All right, that's the ticket. If you need to beat Space Station, you just got to get on Hottie's cat's good side. All right. Y'all have been very patient. I appreciate it, but we have all waited long enough. Let's kick off week 6. Space Station taking on Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro with first map pick. Here choosing Nepal. We had Samoa and Busan were banned out.
Ready for battle.
Hottie and Space Station showed us a lot of Winston over the weekend. Coming out, showing us the Maga out of the gate here. We'll see if that holds. Still 15 seconds for both of our teams to change their mind. They're flash in the Wrecking Ball. Perhaps anticipating the Winston here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture.
All right, no Backbone Widowmaker shenanigans. Kick things off on Nepal. It is going to be the Venture out of the gate. Jar ended up settling on a Diva, so Wrecking Ball just a little bit of a troll. Ooh, and that Venture could just be an easy target. Backbone gets bailed out by Fuddy Astro and Hottie. It ends up being a trade here in VP's favor, though. They've now got Spacious and kind of caught in kitchen. Jaro is looking to pursue. I was curious if we were going to get the Sauna Farah here. This is an interesting pick. I thought it might have... We saw it over the weekend against SR pick check, and I thought it might have just been an anti-Rhine pick, but in fact, Sauna coming out of the gate with this. Which, you've got two flanker ground characters for DPS players here from Space Station. So see how they choose to address or ignore the farm. It's going to be looping around the right-hand side. Sauna putting a lot of damage in from top forces. A few players from Space Station here into stables. Oh, but look how low health bars. They've got to just back up and wait. Shockwave playing this far angle, keeping a good distance from Psycho. Psycho, I think, wanted to close the gap up down low, but ends up just moving on to the objective. Suzu used to block against the barrage coming up from the other side. Backbone trying to move in for a punish. Draw out of back, won't be getting back into it. Here comes Bob, and a little bit of a half tank here on the point. Unfortunately, Bob doesn't stand a chance against the Maga. Sound barrier now invested here. Backbone picking up a pair. This is a broken fight, but SSG are in control, and that sound barrier maintains. Ooh, Gala with the finish on the Backbone, and Funny Astro's gonna go down too. This point's flipping right back over. Late investment from Landon, Kitsune Rush. Both Kitsune Rushes were thrown into this, as a matter of fact. Hey, I was trying to go to Sonapov. And then, of course, Sana picks up 2. That's not fair. Come on. That was clear Sonapov. Well, we're not going to get an answer to how the SSG dive is going to look against this squad. Oh, Psycho! All right. Damn it, I didn't catch it. Psycho with the little swap. Right. Yeah, you rotate pressure here on the point. Cage is going to catch Rajaro. Zoo in, the barrage in. Oh my, everybody there to just bail out Rajaro. What a play. As Virtus just pile on into the cage fight. End up able to muscle that one out. 88% counting. Backbone still on the point. The burrow used to avoid disaster, but still only 92 health to their name. Won't even get the shot off on Sana before Shockwave finds that shot. This is such a different style from what we're used to seeing out of Space Station. Like, they're playing the constant rotation, constant pressure kind of style. Not hard disengaging at all. Hardly regrouping at all, for that matter. Like, just keeping the constant pressure down. We saw that with Psycho making the swap. Now coming back in has the Pulse Bomb ready to go. Let's take a look at how VP approached this. Draw from the left-hand side. Bob in the pocket. It's good thrown into the back line. Perhaps trying to force the heals off. Kitsune Rush in response. Oh, Rajaro just goes deep into stable, hoping to find something, but into a Kitsune Rush. That was a fool's errand, I'm afraid. And that's just going to be the end of that fight. Backbone's still poking a prod here into the back line. With a little bit of a slow approach in, this is looking like final fight here for our first round. Ooh, Zuzu has to be used early to keep Shockwave alive, and even still, it will not. The Kitsune Rush seeming a last-ditch effort, not a lot to couple with it with 2 early deaths. This is an uphill battle for VP, and they just slide right back down to the bottom. Space Station take round 1. Have to throw the AJ in. Yeah. I think the round was already over. I'm not sure it counts if the round was done, y'all.
Hey, what's the name of that Omnic who's always with you?
Wonder if my new tracks have hit this galaxy yet.
Talking about Mr. Butler. The Mr. Big Omnic Butler.
5, 4,
All right.
3,
Whoop.
2,
I was
1.
trying to go through that doorway. Fine, be that way. Not surprising getting the poke compositions here on Sanctum. We do get the Mei out. Sauna's sticking with the Pharah, and the Mei is a bit late to this fight. So VP get bridge control right out of the gate. Do know that Backbone is over there on that right-hand side and just keeping them at bay. Also, ooh, does that mean, to check your flare? Okay, Backbone dropped there for point presence. How does the rest of Space Station want to approach this? They're going to go take back bridge. Risha just lands at the feet of Canale. They do get the immortality field out from the other side. And Psycho putting in a lot of damage here from this off angle. With Mei on the point, Virtus.pro are forced to send somebody there to try to contest. Sauna's not the greatest at contesting that, but Rajaro's able to pick up a good kill on the back end. But Backbone trades out on the objective. So control goes to Space Station Gaming to start things off. Sauna with a little bit of a dive in. With Rajaro winning out the battle over Haughty, this should be a matter of time before VP are able to flip this point. Bunny Astro and Backbone indeed falling. Bunny Astro, considerable lead over Gala on the sound barrier. Looking to be one of the first ults online, even ahead of Landon's amplification matrix. But we do have Canale with an ult on the other side. So taking bridge could be difficult. As such, we are seeing a split approach here. Let's check in on this front line. Canel's gonna be the first to drop the Ant Matrix, landed in response. It's gonna be a Gravitic Flux, finding two in the corner. Hottie low, not gonna survive that. Both of them slammed into oblivion. Right through the ground and 6 feet under. And another fight win here for VP. It's also allowed Gala to catch up a bit. The problem with the split approach here from SSG is it left them with unable to do a sound barrier engage. They had to forego a sound barrier engage to try to move into the back line, and they just weren't able to get it done over there. So this time it looks like all 5 are just going to muscle across the bridge. We get an early bob out, maybe a touch too early. Landon got low, but gets topped off. Gravitic Flux here to start things off. Sound barrier coming in from both sides. Sauna falls before that one lands in the back. But it's a player advantage here for SSG. Kind of split up. VP on the disengage. Caught Rajaro on the exit. All right, VP making another approach. Nothing to work with in the bank. They spent sound barrier in the previous fight. Ant Matrix the fight before. They spent both their DPS ults as well. Ooh, Hottie went out on the bridge to kick things off. But Shockwave's still set up in the back. Still a mean hit scan to be respected. Trying to play on this flank angle for now. But VP have no way to crack open this point. It's up to Virtus Pro to find a way to move on to the objective. And that means somehow clearing off the bridge. Shockwave making a move into the back line. Backbone, while getting taxied back, does catch view of Shockwave here on this left-hand side. It ends up being a 2v1. Nice headshot, though. No cryo freeze. Blizzard and Maywall used, and Shockwave still avoids it. Still gets Funny Astro. That was unreal. Now moving in for the kill. Shockwave trying to control this flank. Throws Bob in lieu of their own life. Meanwhile, we did get the rest of VP pushing it on the left-hand side. They've got point. They just need to hold on for a little bit longer. Landed low, but doesn't want to die. Still manages to get an Ant Matrix down. SSG controlling this back area. Rajaro and Hottie trading accretions to find kills onto Lucio's. The body block will keep Hottie at bay. All right, we're all tied up. Whoa. Hottie throwing it down.
3. Capture the objective.
The smack talk commences. Hottie coming out on a Mongo here. Sauna on the Tracer. The Tracer Ash versus the Venture Tracer on the other side. Shockwave has got to be your primary dive target, but Backbone doesn't want to dive off the edge to pursue that. Ooh. That was Sauna going deep. Hunting into the back line. I think had to use all of their resources to do it. Virtus Pro are just kind of getting shut down at every entrance. They keep knocking on various doors, and SSG are slamming in their face. Hottie putting the pressure on the Shockwave here to pick up first blood in this fight. Backbone's going to follow it up. SSG grab first control. Donna swapping off of the Tracer's gonna go back over to the far. With no hit scan to worry about, you can see why. Son doesn't feel like they'll be under a whole lot of pressure. The Malga are the only thing, so maybe you can take some pressure off of Rajaro by drawing Hadi's attention. Split approach. Sona playing the flank. Looking to hide from the top right side. The rest of SSG, I think, are moving in here from the right. Yeah, you can see Psycho looking to try to converge with Backbone into the back. These are used to protect Gala, but the Kitsune Rush thrown over onto the objective. Sound Barrier response in from SSG, and Backbone is trying to use that go hunting for the support line. Gets Gala 99%. Oh my, that was close to that Sound Barrier, but not close enough. With that, barrier advantage firmly here from SSG. Their shields fade. Their lives live on. No, no, Psycho, you were too early. Psycho, you were too early. I'm just gonna linger here. All right, there's a fight going on point. Backbone trying to swing this in favor of SSG, but no such luck. Does manage to get Gala again. Cage fight online, as well as a couple DPS ults to couple with it. Cage fight plus excavation is just nasty. But who do you catch? Bob throwing it in the back, just trying to make Landon a bit uncomfortable. And that just is a full retreat. Hadi just bails on that fight and is out. Three squishies are still in on this. The pursuit on the Landon is good. It ended up being in that bottom right-hand corner where Jaro's able to chase down two members of SSG that disengaged. Unfortunately for SSG, kind of looked like the right hand didn't know what the left hand was doing on that one. Looked like somebody didn't get the memo. Half team went in, half team went out. But they still have the lead percentage-wise and still have a lot of ultimates to work with. Kitsune Rush out. Oh, cage fight catches Soda. Try to respond. There's the sound barrier in. Well, it's just bolsters Virtus Pro through the cage fight there from Hadi. You thought you were caught with them? No, other way around. This one's kind of going down to the wire. We're not quite in Final Fight territory yet. That one was fast. There was a lot of ults thrown into that from VP, though. Astro and Landon holding on to the support ults wisely here from SSG. Now they're going to use the sound barrier to engage, pushing into the back. Virtus Pro disengage off of the objective, with Rajaro trying to hold the point, not allow the cap. Kitsune Rush, though, will eventually force everybody to act and eventually forces self-destruct as well. Gala cycling in, trying to hold the objective, but immediately cut down, and this thing's going to flip back over. With only 86%, Virtus Pro might have an opportunity to contest, but they can't afford to lose any players here. Landon and Backbone are going to deliver on some crucial kills on the back of this round 3 pre-fight engagement. And it's going to make this very uncomfortable for Virtus Pro in what is not even really a final fight. A desperate touch on the back end. Spacestation, take map 1.
Defeat. Play of the game.
Well, we don't have an answer to how the Winston would look into this. Whoa, guys. Whoa. Ooh. That was a nice little shot. Oh, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. That is not the right match. Whoopsie. There we go. That's the right match. Let's take us look at some stats there from Nepal. While we're loading up into map 2.
Initiating match.
Apparently we don't get Hadi stats. We just don't get Hottie stats. That's just, they're not like hiding underneath my overlays or anything. They're not there. They're just straight not there. I mean, it looked pretty darn even. Psycho only had 5 deaths. I'd say it looks like, I mean, quite a few backline deaths here, but I mean, Gala also died a lot on the other side. So where Canel didn't die a lot, Gala most certainly did. Other side, I mean, quite a few deaths on both, but a number of team fights. I mean, it went round 3, it went the distance, so a lot of team fights both ways. Sana leading the server in elims. They're on the far mostly. A little bit of Tracer, but mostly on the far. All right, let's get into map 2. This is King's Row. This was Virtus Pro's map pick. We did have here. Actually, we can do this, right? We had Hybrid banned out. Excuse me, it's Space Station's map pick. We had Eichenwald initially banned out from SSG. Or ESO banned out.
1. Attackers incoming.
Brings us into Kings. Hey, and we do finally get the Hottie look. We also got Sparker coming in. On the attack, we're getting a little bit of the double flex here with Yari and Ana. Is Yari considered a flex? I think Yari's kind of a hybrid, right? Woo! That was a lot of poke damage on the Hottie, though. Ooh. Between the Yari and Shockwave sitting in the back, it just left no breathing room for the Winston. Oh, and then Shockwave moves in with a pair. Land a headshot onto the Tracer as well. Oh, the sleep from Canale. What a dominant first fight. Everything going VP's way. Rajo apparently wants to read, holding down bookstore here. Wants to be a learned Sigma. All right, let's keep an eye on this re-engage. How does Heidi and company take back arches? There was Sana up in the window to start. I mean, this means that Sparker is just struggling to stay in this fight, allowing Shockwave free reign down here because you got to worry about all of the splash damage coming in over the top. See, Landon very carefully kind of ducking and dodging and try to keep Hottie topped up, but they're just not able to sustain through all of this pressure. Eventually, Space Station forced to fall back to this final corner. Hottie's looking to see if they can take the space back. Nano is in the pocket, but Astro got purpled, so they didn't want to use it just yet. It's actually the Nano throwing on to Funny Astro. They're going to try to push forward here to get this done. Gala responds over the top of the Captain's Son. Hottie looking to get out, cannot make it. Woo! Sparker able to bail out, excuse me, I think that was Landon bailing out Sparker. Sparker was hit by that Captain's Son. Oh, but in the end, Sana's cleaning up. Doesn't matter. SSG scattered the winds. Apologies, my brain had Sparker and Landon flipped. Like, who was who there in that positioning? And it just kind of broke me for a second. Sorry, y'all. All right, Rally here to try to recontest with from Funny Astro. And it looks like they will make it back to this point, importantly. Primal Rage popped in the back. Woo! Rally is popped as well. Bob taken care of there by Sparker. Does Virtus Pro have anything? Oh no, Sparker is able to find a couple of kills afterwards. Sparker popping off of that fight, but 3 for Sparker in that one. Really nice macro. I mean, Hottie getting aggressive. They balance the aggression of the Primal with the barrage quite nicely. And initially, Virtus Pro were able to disengage from it, but Sparker is able to pop too before they get around that final corner. All right, Sonic keeping an eye on the flank elbow, try to keep Hottie in check with a Gravitic Flux into the back, trying to find Astro. Will indeed. Sana is able to pick up one as well. So 2-for-1 trade here. Sparker's still alive. Where are you? You're down here in the alley. I don't know if SSG, or excuse me, I don't know if VP know you're there. Meanwhile, Canale and the rest of VP are winning the fight on the front line. The Sparker finally comes in on the flank, but unfortunately the job's done. Golly even coming up with a pair of kills. That's Cart just rolling on into the Foundry. Echo swap from Psycho. No, Widowmaker swap. Sparker. Trying to play up in the corner. Oh, just gets absolutely battered down by Sauna, who's got a nano boost. And just looking to continue with this momentum, rolling into point C. Hottie nanoed up top and fine. Shockwave driving him off the high ground. Sound barrier in from Gala. But Funny Asher is able to hold down the cart, and Hottie's cleaning off the flank. And SSG finally able to stabilize. 3 minutes left in the bank here. Right? On the double flex support thing, I was thinking the same thing, Hippie's like, they call them double flex supports, but you've never seen a Yari paired with anything but an Honor or a BAP. That's why it's like, the Yari's got to be like the hybrid, right? Speaking of, let's see how you fare against Sparker's Widowmaker. That's a nice little headshot. Sparker trying to get Mega clear. Ooh, Sauna up top though. Had your number. Was able to sneak in. Eventually driven off, but damage done. And with that sideline now taken care of, VP have a lot more room to work. Funny Asher trying to get it back here. Psycho's able to pick up one nice purple onto Rajaro, who used Gravitic Flux, not able to get much of anything with it. Defense have to spin, but they do stabilize. What's that deep there? Sana, what you doing down there? Okay, Sana is able to make it back here. Ember sets up here from VP. That will force a bit of a disengage from the other side. Rajaro moving over to the Divas, taking the high ground. Nano boost thrown down. The landing gets immediately squished. Hottie needs to trade back. They need to do it sooner rather than later. It's Funny Asher who actually picks up one of the kills. Psycho duplicate onto the Devo, but doesn't last in mech very long. Still SSG don't look too perturbed here. Do not look pretty unbothered by that push, though. Now they're looking a little bit dry in their ult bank. Only one ult online, or at least even remotely close to online. It's going to be Gala's captive son. Sparker with an early pick with 45 seconds to go. Gala lands the headshot, using the captive son just to finish off Sparker on the high ground. See the value they put on Sparker and how much this flank angle means, this sightline means. Gala has to swoop back, gets the final blow onto Psycho after an initial headshot. Both DPS now falling to Gala's Ilyari. Now they have room up top. Let's see if this is enough for VP to finish off the map. 20 seconds to go as Rajaro finds a pick on the Funny Astro. Now looking to control this left-hand corner. Hottie is close to a primal range, can be just the stall that SSG needs. Does end up getting enough to pop it on this point. Should be... Will that draw down to 0? They're hoping so. But SSG now no longer have Landon here to help sustain. The primal range is able to pick up one. The poles, not able to muscle through the rally armor, but Funny Astro still low. Shockwave goes down. Sauna picks up one. VP stumble at the final last second here. Sauna getting chased out. VP right out of steam at the final hurdle. Not able to cap the third point. And they go into point C with a lot of time on the bank. Felt like the ult rotations were good, but Spacestation, they're able to stay on top of that. They're able to stay on top of the macro. And it felt like just every little time that we felt like VP was starting to get some ground, starting to get control, either Sparker would take it back with the Widowmaker, or Funny Astro was doing a lot of holding that midsection of holding main with the rally or with the Brig in general. allowing Hottie to kind of bounce back and forth between right high ground, I guess it'd be from the defender's point of view, left high ground, or that right off angle. Really nice play on point C, where I feel like it can be really tough to make a Winston work. And we know that's not what we want to see. It's not exactly Space Station's comfort bread and butter. They're playing a little bit outside of their comfort zone in these Winston comps. And making it work on what is a difficult point too. So, one con now set. Oh, hey. I failed to give Space Station their point there after map 1, didn't I? Shame on me. Bad streamer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Hottie sticking with the Widow, the Winston. Parker on the Widowmaker up top here. Been on this. Knows that, knows that Sana was on the outside. Fortunately for Sana, that did not hit the dome. Parker now pushing in with a lot of room to work. The rest of SSG are starting to move upstairs. Does Rajaro choose to hold court here, or are they going to fall back into window? Right now, they don't want to give up the space over the objective. Oh, but Sparker, that's all they needed. They just needed a couple of seconds and a couple of inches, and they're able to find an all-important first blood pick. Now moving on to this objective. SSG have a lot more space control. They are taking a bit of damage. Let's say, where was that coming from? Sana had looped around the front of Hotel. I could not find Sana, neither could SSG. What a sneaky position to take away that space. Smart play out of Sana in this defense. Got it back onto the point. Sorry, I was reading what Hippie's theory crafting of meta here. I don't know if I agree with all that, but we can talk about that later. All right, 2.5 minutes on the clock. Nano boost engage here, try to gain high ground. Psycho converged with it nicely. Good timing out of the dive. Take Rajaro out of this fight. Now, Sana's low, so I don't think... Yep, okay. Not going to allow any last-second heroics from Sana this time around. I think Sparker got the shot. Psycho got the finishing blow. Question now is, Rajaro make it back in time for a recontest? Answer is no. They're not gonna risk putting it. It'd be too high risk to try to push in when this arch is just too important. Body diving in the back. Fearless Light has primal if they need it. Is going to be able to jump up. Fours. Ooh, Canale out of the immortality field. Meanwhile, Sparker puts an end to Gall as well. So no supports here for VP. Virtus Pro will end up just falling, trying to buy as much time as they can. Spacestation with a lot of ground here. Did spend 3 ultimates in that previous fight. Virtus Pro are just coming up on a bit of kind of starting their own ult cycle here. They're going to throw in Mr. Butler here to kick things off. Nice follow up there from Rajaro. Pick and landing out of the sky. And 1-2 punch onto the supports. And this attack fizzles out as quickly as it started. Sparker with that exit pick, trying to allow a little room here. They can alleviate pressure onto Space Station's backline at the back end of this fight. Seems to be enough. Space Station regather here for another attack coming in with Rally. Pulse in the pocket as well. Psycho just going right up the gut with it, putting pressure on Rajaro. And it's interesting how SSG are able to keep... Oops. Yep. Rajara with a good read on the Sparker there in the backline. It's interesting how Space Station's able to keep pressure onto the tanks where you don't... I mean, with Winston, Tracer, Widowmaker. This is going to be a Nano Primal. Up into the back. Hottie. Ooh, trying to get somebody, I think, into the pit there. There's a good amount of disruption. And again, I mean, we see the result with Rajaro ends up falling throughout that. As Hottie caused a lot of disruption in the backline, not really going for any one target in particular with the Primal Rage, but it forces a move. It forces Rajaro to react. It forces all of VP to react. It's like indirect pressure onto Rajaro. Like it's pressure, but not putting damage down onto Rajaro. All right, Rajaro flying in aggressive. Sana trying to couple that, was trying to block the exit, but ends up just a bit overwhelmed. Has to spend some cooldowns. Now Rajaro looking to follow up on some more forward pressure. VP able to stabilize on the corner for now, but rally coming up soon. Hottie trying to take away the back line. It was landing 2 with the anti-nade. Hottie's still kind of at no man's land up here. Rajaro's able to read it, but they do have sight lines here from Landon, so Landon topping them up all the while, building up towards this Nano. Ooh, I know you thought about it. You thought about chasing Gala. You don't have to. Sparker's got it done for you. Try to get back in Meg. Honestly, I think Rajaro did good to get back in for as long as they did. Funny Astro's able to push in, help clean up. Didn't even have to use that rally. SSG get this cart on the road. $140 to go. Remember, they don't even have to full cap. Ooh, would be nice to get Hottie out alive. Oh, they're just gonna go and pop the Primal here. Went for Canale, knowing that they had just spent both of their cooldowns. And just blocking into the outside wall. Jarl's able to muscle their way out. Nano Bow's thrown it into Hottie. Hottie's going to drop in with the Nano, go into the back line, force Gala back into spawn, even picks up the kill along the way. Sparker controlling the right flank, Hottie controlling the left, and VP just in a vice at the moment.
Victory.
Space Station cruise on in for map 2. As we get a little post-match smack talk there in the chat. All right, let's go get Space Station's point before I forget this time. All right. All right, let's get back to my face. Sorry about that. I'll adjust my scoreboard. It was being stubborn. My scoreboard was being stubborn. Pretty dominant map too. Out of SSG, we even got to look at how their dive is going to work with it. Now, I will say, I mean, it felt like Virtus were kind of on the back foot as far as swaps the whole time. We did see the Fire come out, but then once Sparker swaps over to the Widowmaker, Sana was struggling to find nearly as much room to work. It worked a lot better on the attack than I think it did on their defense. Some clever play out of Sana, particularly on the point A attack, to find that room to work. But yeah, I mean, the Fire just loses so much value once you get inside the Forge. And typically you would think the Winston does too, but really nice push and pull. Really good understanding out of Hottie on that. So looking very strong here. Let's see if I can get some stats from Kings Row. As we're loading up here for map number 3. Actually, no. It doesn't look like it wants to give me stats from Kings. Unfortunate. It still just has Nepal stats here. All right. We did get New Queen Street banned out from Space Station. This was Virtus's map pick here for map number 3. We're headed into Runasapi. Newest map here in Overwatch 2. At least until what? Tomorrow?
Ready for battle.
As we get Clash and Juno introduced tomorrow. Mega Matt Ford. Appreciate it. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much.
5,
Oh, hey. We got side swap, didn't we?
3, 2, 1. Objective.
Here, I'll leave you, we'll leave you with some Sauna Pov while I go swap sides on your screen here real quick.
En route, strike from
All right, let's get into map 3. We're trying to bounce back here on push. They can extend this series out. Sauna coming back, obviously with the fire swap after getting everybody out of spawn. We're back over to the Maga dive here from SSG. Or Venture Tracer Rush. I don't know, however you want to look at it. Shockwave's able to find first blood on Rudasabi, picking enough backbone on the Venture. Opening things up here for Rajar to push forward. And this map is a very, very short distance between the starting checkpoint and the close spawns. Some early positioning here. Good DM to keep Shockwave alive. And Shockwave's even able to find Funny Astro on that fadeaway. That was a fadeaway coach gun and picking off Funny Astro. And Shockwave found first blood and then follows it up with a good kill here. Might be able to get close spawns unlocked here for Virtus. My backbone Venture going in. Landon's picked up opening blood on the person that caused the most problems for SSG in the first fight. Psycho with a follow-up, and this is a quick turnaround here for Space Station. They're going to get old Tim Smith headed right back the other direction. Astro followed up with a chase. Hottie capitalizing on that. A good pick on the Canal is going to force this further back. Interesting little pathing there from that small room to catch the disengage. Go back up front. Shockwave can find another opening kill here. Just have Bob online ready to go. We're looking at a Kitsune Rush as well. It's going to be a Kitsune Rush to start things off from Space Station, actually. Bob is thrown in from Shockwave and ends up being trades on the point. Cage fight out from Hottie. He's got Rajaro and Gala caught in it. Kanale as well to boot, using a Suzu. Everybody stays nice and healthy through the Maga ultimate. Venture trying to get out. Hottie caught in a corner. Sauna lands the direct onto Hottie to get that final blow. Backbone just appears out of nowhere. A bit of a hello there to Sauna. At least keeping VP honest. Clear this. Hottie's return, and with that pick from Backbone, it means that VP were not able to take aggressive positioning, and it's Space Station right back in control. Backbone's gonna throw in the initiation. I'm gonna mess up my observing there. So sorry. Really, it should have been Psycho we were keeping an eye on. It's their ultimate that ended up being a difference maker. At least forcing VP back into this corner. Woo! They're able to regroup on this high ground, but Space Station have the lead, are super close to getting the checkpoint. Where Jareb was able to get back and contest just in the nick of time. Even I thought Sodom was going to try to go in over the top with this, but it's all guns pointed at Hottie. Jareb hiding off on the side, waiting for the Kitsune Rush, moves in, nice assassination. A clever little move from Rajar, just kind of waiting for Backbone to emerge. Now they're trying to pursue on this +1. Had to fall back to get the bot. Sauna's going to go ahead and throw in the barrage, and Psycho's able to take him down. Hottie ducks around the corner before getting picked off by that ultimate. Nice teamwork out of SSG. All right, let's watch Psycho moving in down low, trying to couple here with Backbone. Backbone pops out. Forces a swift step Ed. Rest of VP loop around towards the checkpoint. Cannot afford to give that up. They're able to intercept, but you can see from Backbone's positioning here, we're about to get an engage. Kitsune Rush coupled in with 4 SSG. First, they have to fend off the Bob. Hottie's able to put Mr. Butler back in the pocket. Now attacking him with the cage fight. Catches Rajaro in the middle of that, and there's not a Suzu fast enough this time. Sound barrier late as well. Oh! Whoa, that was close there, but Rajaro does manage to get back in mech. The shockwave gets picked off. Psycho comes up with a pair on the back of that fight. SSG will get close spots. Yeah, beautiful pair of kills from Psycho on that one. Ooh, Sauna, where did that come from? Not funny, Astro on the back line must have gone through underneath. Oh my god. Landon was way behind enemy lines there. What was going on, Lay? What are you doing there? Oh, they know you're there, Psycho. Ooh, maybe they don't. Ooh. Psycho trying to ambush the taxi. Oh, what a play that would be. Yeah, they absolutely do not know Psycho is there. Check back in on the front line. Hottie's got a barrage to worry about. The Psychos made their way into the fight and start harassing Shockwave. Do get a Kitsune Rush out here, and Shockwave fight funny Astro as it looks like the focus from VP is just trying to overwhelm the front line. Hottie's stuck on the bot and falls victim to the barrage. The excavation, not enough. VP win another one. Now they're dangerously close to finding the checkpoint of their own, and perhaps even getting the lead. Backbone flying headlong into the face of danger, being Shockwave on the Ash. He's able to eventually just go right over him, pull him down. Still have Sada to worry about, putting in damage over the top, trying to interrupt this Kitsune Rush. But Hottie and the rest of Space Station have managed to take over right into the small room. Hottie picking up 2 kills on the back half of the fight. Ooh, I thought both DPS might try to play off this flank here. Ooh, an aggressive rush from VP, though. He's trying to get right into the back line. Cage fight out from Hottie. Rajaro's caught in it. Donna's trying to flank around on the left-hand side. Self-destructed by Rajaro Mech, and Psycho gets stuck. Psycho somehow got caught in that. Didn't quite see how that happened. Spacestation trying to play around jump pad to avoid Sauna on the far. Rajaro looping back around. And it's just looking to cut him off at the pass. Hottie stuck up top of the jump pad. The sound barrier saves him. What a wild move. As Hottie was like stuck up in the corner for a moment. Stays up there just long enough to receive the healing from Funny Astro. Or the sounds of shielding at the very least. Psycho's able to pick up one and try to tilt this wild fight back in SSG's favor. Mere 3 meters separate our two teams as Rajaro receives a Kitsune Rush here to help push forward. They're going to have to do this, though. 2 down in the fight, a 3v4 favoring SSG. And Backbone comes up with their 3rd here in this engagement. Shoot, I should have been watching the Venture. That SSG is fired up. A very important, very close fight for them to win here, but they need to win another one. I think whoever's going to put together two fight wins is basically going to win this map. 75 seconds to go. 3 meters, still separating the lead. It's a flank excavation out of Backbone. Now kind of just stuck in the middle of everybody. Uses the Joe Dash to try to get out. Sauna will not catch them with the barrage, and not a Kitsune Rush in response. Sauna picking up one. A disengage. Unsuccessful from Sauna, and the rest here from VP. Shockwave caught by the overrun. And there's that all-important second fight win here from SSG as they're going to extend out this lead. Hottie looking to use the overrun to try to catch Rajaro off guard. Rajaro's able to sneak out of that, regroup with the team. looking to catch up with the bot, but they're going to get stuck by this cage fight as both teams kind of rush in to try to help out, playing on the outskirts, letting the two tanks kind of duel it out inside the cage. Hottie sticks around to have a little chat with Bob. Bob took a moment to put Backbone into the grave. Sound barrier. Response here from VP. Look to try to fend off this cap at the end of this series, but Psycho finds a one clip onto Shockwave, has Sauna down low and is able to finish them off. Turning attention onto Canal, looking for kill number 3 throughout this engagement. Has just been entrenched in this backline. VP is running away with the bot, by the way, while Psycho has managed to find 3 kills in the back. Overtime is going, and both DPS from Space Station have managed to regroup, and I think are just looking to put a pain sandwich down onto Rajaro. Look, are going to chase Canale off the back line. Rajaro has no choice but to keep a toe on this bot. Kasuna Rest now in from Virtus Pro, and Hottie is just standing around stubbornly right in the middle of it all. Finally uses the overrun to get out through bounce pad. Gets caught. Well, actually, it's their teammates that get caught on the disengage. Hottie now circling back through the inside. No, Rajaro does eventually take them down. And VP have managed to dance nicely here. Still 40 meters to go exactly. Excuse me, 50 meters to go. No, it was 40. It was 40. I was right the first time. Math and stuff. Body with the drop. Backbone got hit with a direct from Sauna. He's kind of forced out of this fight for a moment. So Hottie. Ah, that corner. That corner's going to be the death of me, isn't it? That roof corner. Consider Rush now out. Backbone's going to pop the excavation. Turn their attention back towards Rajaro. Pulse bomb is a bit early. It's still Backbone finds the kill onto the pilot Diva. And this is going to be SSG closing out the series. Virtus Pro put a couple of nice fights there on the back of it. Space Station had too good a lead. They'll close it out in 3. Here, kicking off their marathon week 6 of FACEIT League Season 2. Well, kicking it off with the dub. Get a little play of the game here from Hottie. Cap things off. Woo. They're adding another feather in the cap, making sure they're keeping their Maga strong, comps strong. Fun to see Backbone on the venture. That's a lot of fun to watch. And I think we got a little bit of all of the DPS duo in there, didn't we? Because we had Backbone and Psycho to start. Then we got Sparker and Psycho, I believe, for King's Row, if I'm not mistaken. And then we get Backbone and Sparker in the end. Or we get Psycho there at the end. I don't know. My brain's starting to hurt. That's what I get. A lot of different looks from Space Station being my point. I mean, really, we got the Maga. We got the Maga dive, and then we got the Winston look. Either way, they look strong. It was a fun match. It was a good match. I was excited to get both these teams on here. Unfortunately, my scoreboard's still broken. So it looks like, unfortunately, we only have stats from map 1. It can refresh as much as I want, but that's all we're gonna get. So I don't have any other stats to give you today on that one. That's unfortunate because I love me some stats. Actually, he says these are map 3 stats, aren't they? I think these are map 3 stats. We did get Psycho Backbone in there. I'm crazy. These definitely aren't the same stats from before. I think these are map 3 stats. They just aren't giving me... Typically, they show like a map 1, map 2, map 3. So it threw me off here. All right. Well, there you have it. Rajaro only had 3 deaths. I'm telling you, Rajaro has been such a standout. Has had such an impressive run. I mean, for really just hitting the competitive scene in full stride in 2024. What an impressive tank. Going up against the absolute Chad, top tier, best tank in EMEA, one of the best tanks in the world. And Rosario put up quite the showing, right? I mean, it's significantly less damage in that one, but you're talking about a Maga. That's expected when you're a diva playing against a Maga, right? So I wouldn't put too much stock in that. I'm really impressed here with Rosario's run so far. But you know what? That's all I got for you today. Here, you know what? Let's get Space Station's third point on the board. They earned that. They earned that third point. I'll get the rest of my schedule set up for the week. But that is going to do it for me for now. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. It's been a heck of a match. I will be back a little bit later for NA, I think. I'm not sure. I'm still setting my schedule for the rest of this week. Week 6 is going to be wild. We're down to the nitty-gritty. We've got 2 more weeks left before playoffs hit, so it's going to be a wild ride. I hope to see you all around for some more FACEIT, but that's going to do it for me from now. Y'all enjoy the rest of your time zone. I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye, friends.